Hey everybody, welcome to Mainely Movies. The official trailer for the upcoming addition to the Ghostbusters franchise, Ghostbusters Afterlife, was just released, and I have to admit that I'm really curious. I grew up watching the first two Ghostbusters, and the first one especially is such an iconic part of pop culture. Everything from Ray Parker Jr.'s theme song to Ecto-1 to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is recognizable by just about anybody. The reboot a few years back stirred up a lot of controversy, and while I don't hate it like a lot of people do, I didn't find it particularly enjoyable either. I've done my best to stay away from any plot leaks for this fourth movie, but from what I understand, this is supposed to be a direct follow-up to Ghostbusters 2. So it's supposed to be the third film in the original trilogy, complete with appearances from the original cast. I'm really curious to see if that's actually the case, considering Harold Ramis is no longer with us. And I'm curious if they acknowledge the reboot's existence or not. Let's check it out.
What are you doing here in Somerville anyway?
Honestly, my mom won't say it, but we're completely broke.
He's in like everything related to the 80s.
Everything that's left in our name. It's this creepy old farmhouse our grandfather left us in the middle of nowhere. Why'd you bring me up here?
Entertainment value?
What is that?
I don't know.
Somehow, a town that isn't anywhere near a tectonic plate, that has no fault lines, no fracking, no loud music even, is shaking on a daily basis.
Under the dining table now! Hey, remember that one summer we died under a table?
I found this in my living room.
Whoa, killer replica.
A replica of what?
A ghost trap? There hasn't been a ghost sighting in 30 years. New York in the 80s? It's like The Walking Dead. Your dad never mentioned this to you?
It's just my mom. My grandfather died. My mom says we're just here to pick through the rubble of
Spangler?
Wait a minute.
Has to be.
Who are you?
That's cool.
Call it fate. Call it luck. Call it karma. I believe that everything happens for a reason. Come on, darling.
Oh man.
It has a gunner seat?
So that looks better than I expected. I guess I didn't think it was going to be bad or anything, but I didn't really know what it was going to be like tonally and kind of how they were going to incorporate things, but I'm kind of impressed with how it went about kind of telling the story, because it is a continuation. It doesn't seem like the reboot's anywhere to be found. There's that kind of line about there's been no ghosts for the last 30 years, so it seems like they're kind of making sure to be clear that that one's not involved here. But I like the connection to the others, because it seems like the focus, at least based on this trailer, is going to be on this kid and maybe his brother there, and how they're kind of taking up the mantle of the Ghostbusters. But we definitely have some voiceover from Bill Murray there, and so I don't know if that means the old cast is going to have just a very small role in the movie, or if they're kind of saving them up for like a second trailer, and they're going to have a big part once things kind of ramp up in the movie. Either way, I think I'd be okay with it, because I think this is a really interesting route to take. And if, if kind of where this trailer is leading you is correct, I think it's really cool that this kid is the grandson of Spengler, because you see him go down very you know, sciencey, science labby when he's going down, and it's like petri dishes of like spores, right? And that's like one of the lines. He collects spores and mold and fungus from the first movie, and so I think that's kind of an interesting route to take, and sort of a nice way to kind of honor Harold Ramis's involvement in the movie, or at least involvement in the franchise with the first two movies. And it makes the title of this movie, right, Ghostbusters Afterlife, take on an interesting meaning, whether that's kind of an homage to him there, or if they're going to somehow incorporate something more into the story. I don't know, but I think it's definitely an interesting way to go. So I'm looking forward to this one. I didn't really have that much anticipation for it before, but I think this looks better than I would have expected a Ghostbusters 3, essentially, this far, this late in the game to be. So that's just my thought on the trailer, but what about you guys? Are you excited for kind of a true Ghostbusters 3? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, so if you got some enjoyment or insight out of this reaction, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe while you're at it to see more videos like this, as well as movie reviews. Till next time, this has been Alyssa with Mainely Movies, the way life should be.